NBA legends demonstrate Caitlin Clark's unstoppable skill level. NBA legends seem to be very impressed by Caitlin Clark. If she were just an average player, she wouldn't be as famous as she is now. Her fame shows how talented she is. People who really know basketball can see her incredible skill, and NBA legends admire her abilities. Caitlin is changing women's basketball in a big way. But don't just take our word for it. Listen to the NBA legends themselves. Stephen Curry is one of the first to praise her talent.
Her range, her three-point shooting overall, her flair for testing her range every night and knowing that the other team's going to try to take it away. And she's fearless. No shot is a bad shot, and when you can shoot it as well.
Calling her an amazing player. What's really impressive about what Steph said is that it fits exactly with how people describe Curry's way of playing basketball. Caitlin plays in a very similar style to Steph, so much so that Luka Doncic has even referred to her as the female version of Steph Curry.
Amazing. I saw this morning. He said 41, almost triple goal here. He was shooting like that ball fly. Yeah. I watched a little bit, but then I had to do some treatment. But it was amazing. I watched the first half. But she got to go in the second half, so I didn't watch that.
Does she remind you of you at all? I mean, she's kind of got that. She's got a.
And it's more Steph Curry, man. It's a woman, Steph Curry.
Luka even mentioned that Caitlin can shoot better than he can. That's a big compliment, especially since Luka is known for being great at shooting from all over the court. It shows that experts know talent when they see it. Also, Shaq has called Caitlin the greatest female college player ever.
What about her?
Yeah. Hey, how did it get them around to Auburn in South Carolina?
Well, we beat them by 55 last night, but who's counting?
Apparently you are.
Yeah, but she's incredible. Congratulations to her and her family.
Yeah.
Like the crazy thing is I'm just seeing her last year when they played LSU, but she's phenomenal. I'm going to go on the record and say she's the best female collegiate player ever.
Now, another big NBA star, Allen Iverson, is praising Caitlin Clark. Iverson has made a huge impact on basketball, both on and off the court, and he sees Clark as having the same potential to change women's basketball. Before Clark was drafted into the WNBA, Iverson praised her performances in college. When asked what he thinks about Clark, Iverson spoke honestly.
What are your thoughts on Caitlin Clark?
She's everything. She's everything that we want in our sport. She's the perfect role model for what we want. You know, to hell with if she's a woman or a man or anything like that. It's just who she is. Class act off the court as well, man. It don't get no better.
Iverson's praise shows just how talented Clark is and how she's making a big impact on the sport. Caitlin Clark can score and set up her teammates from anywhere on the court, and watching her is exciting for any basketball fan. Her long-range shots remind people of Stephen Curry, and her amazing court vision lets her make surprising one-handed passes, making her a constant threat. Women's college basketball has always had top players, like Cheryl Miller, Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, Diana Taurasi, Candace Parker, Breanna Stewart, and Sabrina Ionescu. But now, there's a deeper pool of talent coming out of college, which is creating more stars and bringing new fans to the WNBA. People are watching not just because they're told to support women's sports, but because the games are now more exciting on their own. Clark is leading this change. Her exciting style of play not only grabs the attention of dedicated basketball fans, but also attracts people who might not have followed women's basketball before. Her amazing skills and thrilling performances are breaking barriers and drawing new fans to the sport. This kind of praise from top players show just how special Caitlin is. Even LeBron James has given some valuable advice.
My advice to Caitlin, be a horseman, you know, the Kentucky Derby, put your blinders on, go to work, show up to work, punch your clock in, prepare yourself, work on your game, work on your craft, kind of keep your mouth shut, you know, and just learn from the vets. When they ask, you voice your opinion if they want your opinion, man, early on.
He pointed out that everyone is always watching and waiting for you to make a mistake or say something wrong. If you do, they will blow it out of proportion and make a big deal out of it. So, it's better to stay humble and let your actions on the court speak for you. This way, you can avoid unnecessary drama and focus on what really matters. Caitlin Clark's effect on women's basketball goes beyond just being talked about in the media. She has actually contributed to real changes in the sport. For example, there have been improvements in travel arrangements and other areas that players and fans have said were needed for a long time. However, this has led to a debate. People are asking whether these changes are a direct result of Caitlin Clark's growing fame, or if something else is causing these improvements. This situation shows that Clark's influence might be speeding up changes in women's basketball, making her a key figure in how the league is developing. One of the most exciting aspects of women's basketball right now is the rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Their competition is becoming one of the most interesting stories in the WNBA. It reminds people of the famous rivalry between Magic Johnson and Larry Bird from the NBA. This rivalry began during the 2023 NCAA Championship. Just like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird did for their teams, Clark and Reese represent their respective teams' identities. Their competition has grown from college into a professional rivalry, which fans are really excited about. Magic Johnson himself has noticed these similarities. He mentioned the comparison by saying, "Let me ask you about these WNBA players, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, who many are saying are the Larry Bird and Magic Johnson of the WNBA. Do you like that when you hear that?" Johnson replied, "I like it, and they are." He also praised them for the positive impact they are having on the league. "Great, they're doing great things for the league," he said. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are not just rivals on the court, they share a similar journey in the WNBA. They both entered the league at the same time, are competing for the Rookie of the Year award, and each has a loyal group of fans. These fans bring a lot of energy, debate, and personal interest to every game. Their rivalry is also influenced by their personalities, racial backgrounds, and the stories unfolding on the court, making each matchup between them highly anticipated. Now, let's focus more on Caitlin Clark. Her professional career has been very exciting so far. After achieving great success in college, she faced new challenges in the WNBA. Her team, the Indiana Fever, has had some struggles, and Clark has found it tough to maintain the same level of success she had in college. After playing in the first 13 games, she averaged 16 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds per game. These are good numbers for a rookie, but they don't always make headlines. Despite these challenges, it's clear that Clark is growing and improving. She is adjusting her game to meet the demands of professional basketball. She is working on her shooting and passing skills and is learning how to be a better leader on the court. She helps direct her teammates to make the team more effective, even though there are still areas where she can improve. This process of adapting is why many legendary players in the NBA still believe in Caitlin Clark's potential. They saw her talent early on and are now watching her face challenges and turn them into opportunities. They are excited to see how she will continue to develop her game and succeed in the WNBA, just like she did in college. That's it for now. We hope you enjoyed this update. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode if you enjoyed it. We look forward to seeing you in the next one.